Hey, welcome to Board Game Today. I'm Brett. In my hands is the latest WizKids box from Loot Crate. Now, I think it's every other month or every 3 months, they put out a box filled with WizKids games. And so far, it's been okay. I think they said there's supposed to be like $50 worth of games in there, $50 or $60 worth of games. We've generally added them up, and it's kind of close, but not quite worth it, or not quite meeting that threshold. But still, you're paying like, I think it's like 25, 30 bucks for the box. So in the end, you're kind of making out somewhat with the end product. So we're going to open up this latest box. We're going to show off what's inside, kind of discuss some of the games, maybe talk about ways that we think that you can improve the box, and then afterwards we go through and price everything out underneath this video to see if it is of value. So let's open up the box and see what's inside. Should be kind of interesting. There's usually 3 games within. They're supposed to kind of do some sort of a theme, but the theme's never been quite coherent, and they just kind of are what they are. So, let's see here. We got Chiyos Secret by J.B. Howell from WizKids. Interesting game. The card's art looks kind of cool. The game is 45 to 60 minutes, age 14 up, 5 to 8 players. That's a lot. 5 to 8 players. That's a pretty hefty game. Let's see here. So the story so far: Ujimi, the Daio, has loved Chiyo, the geisha, his entire life. Unknown to him, Chaya and Fusanabu. This is really hard. Jesus, this is some horrible font. Like, what the hell were you thinking when you're doing this? Blah, blah, blah. So it has to do with, like, shogunates and stuff like that. You're a noble ally of the Daio, perhaps with a secret agenda of your own. Will you enable the geisha and Ronin to escape? Will you enable the Daio to capture the fugitives? Will you assassinate the Daio or the Ronin? Will you betray the Daio to the Shogun? On your turn, move the city's patrons, Daio, or the Ronin's rival to new locations. Investigate the patrons at the new location. Determine if any are Chiyo or Fusanobu in disguise. Perform secret actions to best protect yourself from the Dairu's suspicions. Well, sounds intriguing. Kind of like maybe a secret betrayer type game. I don't know. I actually don't feel like I know a whole lot about this game reading the back. So not only bad front, not really much of a sell on the back of this. So okay. All right, next. We'll go with that last. We have this small little game. Small games are not bad at all. A deck of cards, if a deck of cards is great. Fantasy Realms by Bruce Glasgow. Your goal as a ruler of a faraway land is to build up the mightiest realm in the world. You might build up a massive army to sweep all before you, but it is not the only path to victory. Perhaps your kingdom will take the form of a bursting volcano or a terrible hurricane sweeping away all in its path. Perhaps you will control a powerful wizard in his fortress, remote on an inaccessible island and surrounded by impenetrable flames. The choice is yours, for no 2 realms will be the same. Players strive to make the best combos with the cards in their hand. You only get to score the 7 cards in your hand at the end of the game, so choose wisely. Alright, that's not, that sounds interesting. Keep score with the WizKids companion app. Components, 55 cards. Alright, let's see here. We got 20-minute games, 14 and up, 3 to 6 players. Alright, so we got 5 to 8, 3 to 6. The final one better be a 2-player, because if it's not a 2-player, we got some issues here. We got Dice Star, so we got cards, and then dice. I like dice games. I'm a fan of dice games. My wife hates dice games because she isn't very good at rolling dice. So this ages 10 and up, 1 to 4 players. So we got a single-player game. This is good. And about 20 minutes for the game. This is by Bruno Cathala and Ludovic Modblink. Dice Stars. You roll the dice, take all the dice of the same color or of the same value, fill out your sheet in order to have the best total score. Alright, so it kind of feels like it's Yahtzee. That's really what it comes down to. Just kind of feels like it's Yahtzee. This is not a... Doesn't seem that complicated. It's interesting it's a single player, so it sounds like something that could be kind of fun playing by myself. 14 dice, 1 cloth bag, 1 score pad. Interesting. Yeah. Very, very interesting game. Well, I don't know. Well, this one could be fairly kind of fun. It seems like it's more my game than anything else. So this is one is cool. I have a feeling this is one of those games that I would kind of pick up really cheap somewhere and find out I like love it. That's kind of what this one screams. I mean, overall, like these are, I mean, other than Dice Stars, this is kind of an in-a-box. So ways to improve it. I don't want to be completely negative in these videos. I'd actually like to give some advice as to what I would do if I was WizKids. Is one, actually come up with a coherent theme for every single box, and stick to that theme. Like really build out something so people can get behind it. Two, break away from just games and look at all the other things that you've got out there. You know, 2-player HeroClix games would be fantastic. Limited edition HeroClix would be fantastic. You know, get a random free rare figure would be fantastic. They've also got their the Warlock stuff. You know, some samples of that would be really cool. Something really small, simple, just a couple things for people to put together, or a bunch of them over a bunch of boxes, and then, you know, after maybe a year, you got something to like really play with, and you can maybe make a game about that. I mean, there was a lot of really good game boxes in the past. So far, we haven't really seen any box step up to what has been released in the past for previous boxes. So I'm gonna keep on going like this. I don't know. Remember if I canceled this one or not? So if it shows up, it shows up. But overall, this is good if you like really have regular game nights and you just want random stuff to play. I'm going to guess that most of these games you could probably get pretty blown out from various places and get well under the price of the Loot Crate WizKids box. But yeah, that's my general. Like I would focus on some more samples, quick games. You know, go more than just boxes like this. HeroClix, I think, is a great thing to put in there. Small map, 2 figures, quick play rules would be a huge bonus. Huge improvement, and then yeah, go from there. Like there's tons of stuff that WizKids puts out that's really good. You need to take advantage more than just, you know, blowing out your clearly your overstock, because this is what all this clearly is. So yeah, it is what it is. If you want your own and start subscribing, as I said, this box is good if you just have money to blow, and if you just want to build up your collection, or you kind of want a random game night and see what shows up for your friends. You're obviously rolling the dice because you don't know how many players the games are going to handle. I mean, this is 3, this one's 5, and then this one's, you know, 1. This 5 is never going to come to the table like that. I only have one group that I'd be able to play with, and I rarely see them. So it is what it is. Some boxes are good, some are bad. A lot of these are bad. If you want your own, we got a link underneath this video. It is affiliate links. They're affiliate links, so, you know, we do get a small percentage of that. By doing that, you help support our site, so thanks. If you're looking for the latest board game news, card games, trading card games, role-playing games, miniature games, whatever, check us out every single day at BoardGameToday.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, all at BoardGameToday, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep rolling those dice and get your game on. Hey, thanks for watching Board Game Today. We always appreciate your views and your support, but there are so many ways for you to support our site. Not only can you do it right here on video, but you can go and check us out at BoardGameToday.com, where we have more news, reviews, interviews, everything you could ever want. But since you're here, if you can always give us a like, subscribe, or share our videos, or watch something else. Is always much appreciated, and get your game on.